My name, as always, is Cheyenne, and today I'm here with...
Mel Urena. Hello, everyone.
Hi there, Mel. So, would you like to just tell me a little bit about yourself before we, really get into the meat of what we have today?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So, my name is Mel Urena. I actually live in New Milford in New Jersey, right? I've been living in New Jersey for about 20 years, about 21 years now. And I was born and raised in New York City in the Lower East Side. So once I moved to Jersey, and I got accustomed to the Jersey life, I just started volunteering in town. Started volunteering for committees and good organizations, right? That always give back to the community.
So, how did you get started in volunteering?
How to get started in volunteering? That's an excellent question. I think it all started when I was just a kid, right? My mom went to church, I went to church, and we did a lot of volunteer work at the church. And I, at that time when I was small, I didn't really realize how important it really was until I got a lot older. But it all started there. It all started with, with the family, helping out the church, helping out people in need, right? And people above me that were better off than me that helped me. So that established, that link of just helping, serving is really the word.
Okay. So what do you do to volunteer? I know you touched on that a little bit earlier, but what really do you do?
Okay. I'll tell you how it started in Jersey, right? So it started as a soccer coach, right? Again, that was about 19 years ago. My daughter, she was just starting sports, and I signed her up for soccer, and the form said, assist, as an assistant coach. And I put assist, right? And at the time, I'll be honest, I knew nothing about soccer. Well, when I brought my daughter down for, orientation and ready to, just meet the team, I remember the gentleman named Brian. He goes, Mel, great, you put down to volunteer to help, right? I'm like, absolutely. He goes, okay, you're going to be coaching this team. I'm like, hey, wait. I said, I'm going to help. I'm going to assist. I don't know anything about soccer. I can't run a soccer team. He goes, Mel, they're kindergartens. They're just going to kick the ball around. Try it. I'm like, Brian, I can't do this. He goes, Mel, he walked away. He goes, that's it. You signed up, man. That's it, right? So he kind of forced me into that. And guess what? I loved it. And I got my own groove, and I got my own groove to work with the kids. I got them to play, but kids are kids, right? But at the end of the day, it was all about having a good time, making them laugh, making them feel special, right? And I realized I had a knack for that, and that's all she wrote. So I did that for 10 years. So I started with my oldest daughter, and I coached all the way to my youngest daughter to about, probably about 5 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. After that, of course, all the parents knew me, the town knew me, and a mayor approached me and says, hey, Mel, we like to join one of our committees in town. I'm like, okay, not sure what I can do, but sure, I'll join. So he put me in a committee. I didn't even know, he didn't give me the name of the committee. He just says, no, just show up at this location at this time on this date. I showed up, and it was the Municipal Alliance, right? Drug Alliance, other people know it as. And I was a member there for, I guess 5 years. And then after that, the chairperson left, and they said, Mel, you're the next person, I think that can run the operation, or I can run the committee. I'm like, okay, I'll try it. And I ran that committee, and from there we've grown in our activities to give back to the community. During those activities, I've met a lot of other people. I met Nancy Duvall at that time, and then Nancy got me involved in other events in the recovery world, and I also met Morgan Kennedy. And that's all she wrote, right? Those two they're big out there. And to today, I still run the Municipal Alliance as the chairperson. I'm also a chairperson of the Arts Committee in town, And I give back. I also have a side gig, not my regular job, but a side gig that is DJing and providing audio services, right, for bands and things like that. Well, I give back time in using those avenues, those services for a lot of committees. Alumni in recovery. I do a couple of events a year for them. I do the Board of Education, middle school, elementary school, events in town. So I give back as much as I can. Of course, I can't always provide my services for free because, you have to pay for insurance. You have to pay for the equipment that I use, right?
Yeah.
So, but I give as much as I can. And it's extremely important to me to give back, right? And it just, it really fills my, it fills my life to see people dance and have a good time and smile, and just get together, and all that is all done by music, right? And I'm just happy that they've given, that I have the, what's the word, that I just have the gift of playing music and getting people together and not being shy and talking, and, it's just a good feeling to have people just have fun.
So that kind of leads into my next question, which would be, what do you like about volunteering? Is there a little more that you want to expound upon in that aspect?
Well, like I said, right, just enjoying the people having such a great time, and it's always, having a good time with a good cause, right? There's always a reason why I volunteer my time. There's always that need, right? And I just consider myself just a grain of rice in that whole mixture of, let's say, of a meal, right? I just add my 2 cents, right? And again, people appreciate it. I enjoy it, right? And I can give my experience and I can give my opinions to other people on my way of life and my way of thinking, and it's helped. And comes back the opposite way towards me. People give me advice when I'm also down and when I have issues, and and it's always good to seek advice from good-hearted people like the people I provide services for. Mm-hmm. Did I answer your question?
Yes.
Great.
So going back to your previous statement, you mentioned that you do a few events for Alumni in Recovery. Do you want to touch on those a little bit?
Sure. The Alumni in Recovery, they have the September event, right? It's Recovery Day.
Yes.
Right. And that's where Nancy has placed me there, and I'm honored to actually provide my services there. For the past 3 or 4 years, I've been doing that. And again, it's a great event. They're great people. I think it just helps the community. It helps them. I also, the other branches from Alumni in Recovery, right? People have reached out to me. I've done, what do they call it? Just Family Day, right? And I forgot the organization, that calls me, but that's also that's a branch of Alumni in Recovery. I've done Halloween parties. I've done Christmas parties. Again, all good. And again, it's all about the recovery, and it's all about being positive, all about smiling, all about having fun, right? Nothing negative. Can't be anything negative.
Do you think that volunteering is more enjoyable and rewarding when you're doing something that you really are passionate about and that you love?
Yes. I mean, that just adds, but I think it's essential. It's essential that everybody pitches in. Everyone works for a goal. Everyone needs an organization. There's always need out there. There's always people that do well in life, or at least, for myself, I'm in a good place in my life. I want to give back, right? Because my life could have taken a very, very different turn in the way I grew up and where I grew up and my environment, the way I grew up, right? But for one reason or another, I'm going to say it, right? It just, God has led me down this path and has allowed me to, have a decent career, a profession, have a beautiful family, have a nice home, the American dream, right? And I'm thankful for that. I'm extremely, extremely thankful for that, right? And I didn't get here by myself. People helped me. There were stepping stones, and I truly believe God puts people in your path to help you, right? To help you grow, right? To warn you about the pitfalls and say, hey, don't take this road, take the other road, consider this, consider that. So to me, that's giving back. And like I said, it's essential, right? I'm older, I'm experienced in life, and there's other generations under me that can benefit from what I know. Right? It's really up to them whether to accept the advice or not, but I can always help, right? And that's better than being stuck at the house, not doing anything, and not, not going out there and not sharing your experience, and not communicating. And I think that's the word, communicating, right? So we all need to communicate. There's a lot of need out there, like I stated, and you gotta help. You gotta pitch it one way or another. You gotta do something.
Mm-hmm. So what advice would you have for someone that wants to get started in being more involved in something that they're like interested in volunteering in?
Oh, that's extremely easy question. Easy one to answer. Just find your passion. Find something you really like to do, right? If you like the woods, there's always, there's always committees or organizations that go out there and, right, and you can clean up the woods or do preserving. If you like, if you have experience with, that you're a recovery, well, then that's your area. It's areas that you think you can provide the most positive energy. Mm-hmm. Right? And again, everyone has their own skills. Everyone has their own, what's what I'm looking for? I'm thinking about the word in Spanish, but it's not in Spanish. Everyone has their skill set. Everyone has their gift. That's the word. Everyone has a gift. You got to find that gift and share that gift. Right? Whether it's talking, whether it's doing, whatever it is. Right? And you can just, again, if you don't know where to go, reach out to me. Reach out to New Milford. Reach out to your local town. Reach out to Alumni Recovery. There's 50,000 organizations out there that can always use help.
Mm-hmm. So I'm curious, do you volunteer for anything like outside of recovery? That you're like, is there anything outside of recovery that you're interested in volunteering in?
Yeah,
Okay.
My town, right? I think it's extremely important. If you live in a good town and you have great neighbors, you have an awesome community, right? And you like what they do, and I love what they do in my town. Mm-hmm. I pitch in because I just want the town to continue to be run the way it's been run. Mm-hmm. Right? And we have my town's very small town, very tight community, but we look out after each other. Right? So I do a lot of work here. In town, I do Alumni Recovery. I do what I can when they call me. I always, and if I'm available, I'm there. Right? And most of the times I am. 95% of the time, I'm there. You need me for something, I'm there. I do a lot of work at church, in churches, as well. I do audio. I do what they call, audio and TV, right? So I get back to, it's not all about getting paid. Mm-hmm. About putting a skill set in the place where the need is. And right now, the churches that I work in, they have needs, and I work there. And again, I provide DJ services, and wherever I'm needed, wherever I and whatever I can do, pretty much. I can't cook, that I can't help, right? But I can do dishes, right? So it's important. It's important that, and again, that you find something that you really like to do.
Mm-hmm. So you had mentioned earlier that in my town it's called an anti-drug coalition, municipal anti-drug coalition. You're the chairperson for your local, it's a bit of an antiquated name, but anti-drug coalition. Right. How is that? What is that like?
It's a good To me, it's a great committee, right? We call it's the Municipal Alliance Committee, New Milford Municipal Alliance Committee. It was called the Drug Alliance. The name has changed throughout the time. But prior to me running the committee, I'm sorry, I don't run it. I'm just a chairperson, right? So I just give the guidance and the path. This is what we're going to do. So we do about 10 events a year, right? We do, and I'll start usually in the springtime. We do the mental health day, which we have yoga classes. We provide music. We have people speak. We have a therapist. The last 2 years we've had a therapist that comes out and he just speaks to the community, right? That's one. Another one that we do is Family Olympic Day. We weren't able to do it this year, but Family Olympic Day is pretty much his games that we have for the community. They come out. We partnership with the YMCA. They come out. We come out. We set up games, and we get the families out. Get the families out. They compete against one another. They compete with different families. We have music. We get food, all free. And we work, and with the food is most of the times, not most of the time, all the time, it's provided by ShopRite, right? We provide applications and we fill out applications, and ShopRite always helps out. YMCA always helps out. Again, they don't charge us a dime. And these are all community events that we do. And we always have a speaker. If we can't find anyone, I'll speak. And again, we'll talk about, the pitfalls of alcohol, the pitfalls of drugs, or the pitfalls of vaping, right? Again, just awareness. Speak about these things, right? And you try to get to the younger kids, right? So they don't start on those paths. And we also speak to everyone who has issues that there's help. If you want to recover, if you want help, there's help, right? But you got to get the word out. You got to let them know. You gotta let them know. They're not, a lot of people, including members of my family, feel alone, feel depressed, feel ashamed because of stuff that they do and then the addictions that they have. But you gotta let them know that they're not alone and there's help, right? We also do Black Balloon Day in March. We have that event too in front of Borough Hall, the mayor and town council. Right, they're very supportive. They always help us out. And again, with our the town's different departments, the New Milford Police Department, DPW, those guys always help out. They always lend a hand. What do you need, Mel? I understand you got this event. I tell them what I need, and that's all. Right? That's again. I'm just trying to say. There's a lot of events that we do, but I'm just a small I'm just a small tool, right? It takes a village. The village always helps out here in this town. That's one of the things what I love about this town, right? What else did we do? Let me see here. What we do on Halloween, which we just did a couple of weeks ago, we provide music for the middle school. That's part of our yearly responsibility. We do it twice a year, and those are the Municipal Alliance provides DJ services, right? I provide my services, but on behalf of the committee. And we do it in Halloween because we want the kids to stay local in the school, dancing, screaming, jumping around instead of being out in the streets and doing mischief things, right? So it's a deterrent, right? And it works. And we've been doing that. I'm not going to take the credit that I started that. It was in the Milford Police Department. They brought in our committee, and we were more than happy to help and participate. We ran it this year. The police department just had challenges this year; they couldn't run it, so we ran it, and it was successful. Again, we had about 150 kids, which is great. And then we do something for Valentine's Day as well. What else? I'm thinking. I think that's pretty much it. Right, we do a national night out in August, and we just share the committee. We make people aware of that the committee's there, what we do, and we try to bring in members as much as we can. We have movie nights in town, right? The Municipal Alliance goes out. Again, we try to promote ourselves, but we provide like light up things, toys for the kids. We give them candy, right? And again, it's all about having fun, and it's all about spreading the word. And we also give a lot of brochures, right? And we want to thank the Alumni Recovery because they've given us a lot of the brochures, right? As well as other organizations.
Okay, so on that note, we are out of time.
Oh, God, really?
Yes.
That's great.
So is there anything that you would like to say before we end off today?
I'm sorry?
Oh, is there anything that you'd like to say before we end off today?
Nothing. It's been a pleasure speaking with everyone. Thank you for the invitation. I know Nancy was kind of pushed me to get this done. I'm not really much of a talker, but look at that. I had a lot to say today. So I want to thank you for organizing this and doing such an amazing job, Chanel. Thank you so much. And that's pretty much it. Again, I'm here. You guys know how to reach me. If not, reach out to the crew. They know how to get in contact with me. Other than that, high energy, right? Good spirits, always, right? Always try to wake up with a smile and try to go to bed with a smile, right? And God bless and thank you, everybody. Appreciate
Thank
your
you.
time.
Bye, Mel.
Take care, everybody.